round 10 of the season. No, I should say round 11 of the season. I already made a mistake. Anyway, round 11 of the season at Hockenheim. Of course, there's only 3 more rounds to go. Hockenheim, then Spa, then, of course, Monza. It is George, your OC commentator, and I'm joined, of course, by someone who's commentated, I think, does DTM OC a fair amount across the season, I think most races, and that is Dennis Graf, aka the Graf Remover.
Good evening, everybody, or willkommen. We're here at the old Hockenheim ring. So, yeah. So, the Festival of Speed, I would say.
Yep, the German Festival of Speed. I still can't believe I made a mess up on the introduction. I even had it in front of me as well, and I still messed it up. But anyway, enough of that. Of course, we have the DTM. Of course, it is a tight championship at the moment. Just 5 points separating the top 3. Romain Guag at the moment at the top of the board. Second place is Rifki Farquharson, and third place is Julius Anderson, followed by 2 poles, Daniel Adventure and Matteo Turwick to complete the top 5. So, yeah, it should be. So this, of course, are key races to see if any of the drivers can get back into the top tier of the OC, or just to win simply the championship. So let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, indeed.
And it will be a dry qualifying. Rain will come after, of course, qualifying ends, so that won't be too much of a problem. But yes, hello to everyone's here. Hello to Joe. Hello to Ra. But yes, as I said, we will avoid the rain. And comment below as well in the chat if who was going to get pole position for today's qualifying. And of course, the key word is as well over the DTM season is we've only had one driver's won from pole position, which is interesting. And that was actually Matteo Turwick, who took who fastest lap, pole position, and the race win at Paul Ricard. But he's the only one this season who has won having started from pole position. We've had several different pollsters. We've had Adventure, Kloss, Anderson, Soares, Sahin, Adventure, Berenek, Guag, Ibobo, and of course in the last race it was Maxim Titkov who actually won the last round from pole position. So I like it's actually 2 races. So 2 drivers have won from pole position. So can there be a third? We're about to find out as qualifying is now underway.
Yeah. Let's see who will be the first to go out on track. And also, of course, we have 5 drivers who are already out of championship contention. And these are Thomas Pitt, Davi Soares, Matteo Cattelan, McKenzie, and Ali Shahin.
Yeah, that's key information. So of course, Florian Volker in 17th, of course, is just about in range for the title. And who knows if he can somehow miraculously make his way up into title contention. It's entirely.
If Guag gets pole, Volker's out with it.
Yes, and actually, Joe's just put in the chat. I think that it started while George was speaking halfway, so that means it might have missed my mess up at the start. So good job, Flo. Possibly, but we'll have to see when I watch this afterwards. But we've got a number of cars that are now going out onto the track. We're currently looking on board with Max Nordberg, the Austrian. Surprised Flo hasn't gone to the first car out on track. I don't know if he's what's going on at the moment.
I think he's not there at the moment, but now he is.
Now he is. So it is Rifki Farquharson, currently second in the championship, who was the first out on the circuit. So 23 minutes. So drivers will get in. Most likely, I think 3 laps, although it is pretty long around this circuit. Of course, this has been the old Hockenheim. Of course, Spa after this, and then Monza. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes. But Parkinson, this is a good chance for him to get a point back on the current championship leader. That is Romain Guag.
Yep.
And so as Parkinson
is coming, you can see the nice OC boards.
Yes. I was thinking of saying that. I wasn't sure if I was going to say anything or not, but you beat me to it, Dennis. So
yeah.
I should have just gone with my gut and said well done. But yes, well as Ras is in the chat, although it's not related to it, well done, Florian. But anyway, Ricky Farquharson about to start his first flying lap and the session's first flying lap. So he's across the line and heading into the first corner, where go pretty fast, and then down the back straight, heading up to the first chicane. Of course, is very long. I mean, there's not much else I can say apart from he's just going full throttle. Then he has to brake hard for the chicane. I'd say probably about, I'd say at least 80% of this track is full throttle. So Farquharson brakes into the first chicane and comes out of it. Is heading towards the end of the first sector. So a 28.6 for the first sector. And now he's heading up towards the second chicane, although I consider this more of a corner than a chicane per se. But Farquharson comes up to it, through the right, then the slight left, and then to the right, and on to the next straight, heading up towards the next chicane. And so, as Farquharson coming through, over a minute of this lap, so he's heading up towards let's look at the corner name, the center curve is the chicane, which he's heading into right now. He's through it. Pretty nicely done. So now he heads past the heading up towards past the GP4 OC boards, heading into the next curve, which is called the Agip curve, or into the stadium section. So here we go. He's through it now, and now into the left-hander, heading up towards the end of the lap.
Curve.
The Sachs curve, into the more technical part of the circuit. Now finally through the last corner, heading up towards the finish line, and the lap time is a 1:40.8, which is already beaten by Guag, actually, funnily enough, the next car on the circuit.
Here comes Walker.
And in second. And now here comes Davi Soares across the line, and he goes second. Adventure goes first.
Here's Derwick, 8th, aka last at the moment. Here's McKenzie, 6th. Bennett goes fastest. Wolf goes now fastest. Yeah, indeed. Almost 2 tenths, I think.
Zahin goes second. Now Berenik now goes second. Into the 13th. Fosbury across the line, 14th. Cattelan, 6th. Campana across the line, only 16th class.
Yeah. Rico goes 4th, and that's everyone done for the first run. At the moment, Adam Wolf, surprisingly, I have to say, is fastest.
Adam Wolf at the moment, top of the standings, and Wolf in the standings is, I'm just looking at it here, is in 14th position. He scored actually points in the last 3 races, a 5th, 6th, and a 5th. So can he make it 4 points finishes in a row? And could he could he get himself into title contention? It's usually so tight in DTM OC, but he is so far reigning supreme at the top. So we're going to see what happens on the second laps that everyone decides to do. So everyone's starting to come back into the pits, of course. Championship-wise, looking at the order, was Bennett's in 5th, Adventure 6th. Guag at the moment is in 9th, which is not a bad position. Looking at Sahin is 3rd, who's in 4th. Bennett is in 5th. Who's that in 5th? Oh, it's Rico in 4th. Yeah, Rico 4th. Adventure 6th, Titkov 7th, Cattelan 8th. So I think a lot of the top guys are generally down the order. It's mostly the mid-pack that are currently at the top of the standings, as the cars all coming into the pits, getting a little bit busy. But so Wolf now in, so everyone's going to go in, and we'll wait for everyone then to start their next set of flying laps.
Yeah, except of one. Because,
oh yes,
of course, one driver stays in the pits.
Yes, so we'll find out soon enough who that unlucky driver is. But so as everyone is back in, so we'll wait to see who goes out and who doesn't.
Yep.
Cars going by. So all cars in the pits. So the first car back on track is, of course, Romain Guag, the current championship leader. Goes back out onto the circuit, currently in 9th position. And so she's coming down the first straight right now. Of course, what would make the race tomorrow even more interesting, of course, was if it was in fact wet. Now that would make it quite
God.
chaotic.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if there's been. I haven't necessarily kept up to date with DTM. I'll be honest. So has there been many wet races in the DTM this season?
I can't remember one because, as you, I have a memory of goldfish sometimes.
So do I. So, yeah. So yeah, Flo. When was the last? Has there been how many? If there has been, how many wet races have there been this season?
I think Flo doesn't know it as well. So good, we don't know either.
Joe, it's down to you. Has there been any wet races this season? Let me know down in. Anyway, while you do that, we are about to look at Guag, who's starting his second flying lap as he comes into the.
Won't get any traffic here. Looks good.
The cars come out the pits. I mean, would he catch that car? I don't know. It might be. I think he might have just about got up to speed, so he might get away with it. He's getting close to him, but I don't think he's quite close enough to hold him up. So yeah, I think he might just about get away with it. Heading under the Carlsberg sign into the first chicane. And so there we go. And I think Guag actually is up at the moment on this lap by 40 thousandths. So that is a as he comes through into the towards the second chicane. Damn it, Joe, that's not helping. I asked you an important question. But Guag now coming onto the second straight. Can he keep that up next sector? So the car in front of him is Kloss, and also it is Nordberg, who's the unlucky one on this time, who is not getting up for this lap. Guag getting pretty close through the chicane, but hopefully not close enough to be held up. And so he's coming down through this next chicane. He's a little bit down actually in the second sector. So we'll see if he can gain a bit more pace around the last part of the lap. So as he comes through into the stadium section, Sachs curve. Kloss just in front of him, not quite enough to hold him up though, but if he gets a bit of a slipstream on the front straight, that could help him. So Guag coming to the final corner now. Does he improve? And the answer is he does. He goes to 5th place, or at least he improves somewhat. Here comes Davi Soares, who at the moment seems to be on an improvement across the line, and he goes 5th. Not a bad lap. And Bobo has gone top of the table.
Ooh, nice. Nice for him.
Paul Ricard, yes. So Paris goes 12th.
Fakuzane 14th. Here's Bennett on the start finish straight. And he goes 3rd. Good lap for him.
Yep, yes, the radio confirms it. Good lap by Bennett there. Go 14th, Terwick 16th. Beranek doesn't improve. Adventure doesn't either.
Yep.
Adam Wolf, however, is on an improvement, so he could go straight back to the top. And the question is, will he? And the answer is he does by again nearly 2/10.
Oh, that's a great lap.
Here comes Sahin across the line, and he doesn't improve. Here comes Jay McKenzie across the line, and does he go? And does he improve? He does. Goes to 15th position. And so here comes Lean Campana, set to come across the line, and goes 14th place, so he improves slightly. Anderson 13th, Fosbury era doesn't improve. Now there's Nella. I had to add that in there. Sorry. Rico improved up to 6th. Kloss doesn't improve, and there's a car behind him. That was Titkov, who goes to 6th, and I believe, is that everyone that's done a lap?
I think it is.
I think it is, yes. So Wolf stays top of the standings. So can anyone top him in this session? At the moment, he looks to be the one to beat. But
and even though Ibobo did top his time for a few seconds or 1 minute, Wolf got straight back to the top.
Indeed, he did. So now everyone coming to the pits. So everyone will be going out for their third lap, and of course, another driver this time round will be stuck in the pits. The first time it was Nordgaard, or Nordberg.
Nordberg.
Yes, Nordberg. Yes. So I thought for a second, is that right? No, Nordberg. He was the unlucky one. Who is going to be the unlucky one this time round? But yeah, so I was going to say, so it's only Paul Ricard that's had wet conditions. So I was going to say, I didn't think there'd been many wet races. It seems just this season it's been a heat wave. Been no wet weather, but obviously in the top tier, first 11 races there wasn't any rain, and now there's been a few wet races. DTM there's not been many, and we've only got again 2 more rounds to go after this. And now Guag is the first one to come out yet again for the 3rd time around. So he's still actually in 9th position at this moment in time as he comes onto the circuit. So he will be the next one. So yeah, Belgium, Korea, Malaysia, Japan. Yeah, after we had first half of the season with no rain, then we have 4 races that have had rain, and they've all been very chaotic. Although I don't think Korea was Korea. No, Korea was pretty chaotic actually. So, but there we are. So Guag is again the first on the track by quite a margin actually. Bobo, 2nd position out on the circuit as well. And so as he's heading up towards the 2nd chicane is Guag. And so not many drivers at the moment heading out. A lot of them are leaving it fairly late, so we have to hope Guag doesn't get stuck out of the pits. But next out of the pits is Bennett. But soon all the red peas will disappear. Guag up to the next chicane, and heading up towards the last part of the circuit, set to do his latest lap and see if he can get further up the order and get that extra bonus point, which of course could be key come the end of the season, as the cars now all starting to filter out of the pits. Guag is going to be on his own unless someone blocks him coming out. So as he's heading towards the final couple of corners, and so he now heads to the final corner, and Guag set to start his 3rd lap of the day. So here we go, and Guag heading into turn 1. And there's a car coming at the pits, but Guag is not going to be affected. Oh no, he might do actually, maybe. Or
no, he just overtakes him.
I think he might have just
I think
about.
That was Rico.
I think he might just about get away with that, Guag, and it was Rico. You were correct there, Dennis. Although Rico might actually overtake him back here, so Guag's lap could be affected. And
it is.
And it is. Yep, it is. So Guag's lap is now ruined. So. Yep, so that was unfortunate there. So at the moment, 3 cars on the pits. Campana is out of the pit, so it's just Titkov and Nella. So one of those 2 will not get back out onto this, or not get out onto the circuit for this lap. And so we're looking on board with Victor Bobo, and it's Nella that gets out. So it's Titkov that's not going to get out for this lap. So we're looking at Victor Ibobo coming to the first sector at the moment. He is down. So as he's heading up towards the 2nd chicane. That 2nd chicane being called, let's see, well, the Ost curve. Well, the first part of it's called the Brems curve, but it's the Ost curve is the second part of it. So as he comes through, So looking at Ibobo at the moment, he's not up on his lap, but he could still improve it in the rest of the lap if he gets chicane right and then gets the last sector right. So as he comes through, let's see if there's any improvement from Ibobo on this lap. And the answer is yes, actually, there's a slight improvement in this sector, so that is good. So if Ibobo can keep this up through the last sector, I don't know if he'll be able to gain enough to top Wolf, but he could maybe still improve his time to get closer to Wolf. We're going to see. So as Ibobo comes through, heading through the last part of the lap, coming up towards the last corner, can Ibobo dethrone Wolf once again as he comes to the line? And the answer is no, but he's close, only 91 thousandths behind. So now we look at Thomas Bennett, who at the moment is not on an improvement, as he comes around the final corner and across the line. Does he improve? The answer is no, he doesn't. Volker, however, is on an improvement though. Where can he move up the order? And the answer is he goes to 10th, just gets inside the top 10.
He is Parrish, 13th, Nordberg, not Guard, not Berg.
See?
Davi.
Rookie Park was on an improvement, goes 6th.
Oh, that could be important. Because no fuck was ahead of Guag.
Yeah, it could be. McKenzie goes 14th now. Sahin doesn't improve. Fosbury neither. Kloss goes 19th. Cattelan goes 12th. Wolf doesn't improve. Rico is on an improvement. And as he comes across the line, and he goes 3rd actually, so good lap from Rico there. So still a few drivers left to go. We're looking at the American Lean Campana at the moment, coming down towards the last sector. So can he improve? At the moment he's not improving, but could he gain a bit in the last sector? Comes around the final corner and set to come across the line, and no, he doesn't. And so we're looking actually at Wilnella, who I think is the last one to be on this lap. So here we go. At the moment, he is on an improvement as he's coming around the final corner. And where can Wilnella go in the order? The answer is it goes up to 17th. So a very slight improvement there. So that is the latest set over. So most drivers will get one more lap. At the moment, Wolf is still top. Ibobo couldn't do enough to dethrone Wolf. So can anyone eke out a bit more of their cars to beat Adam Wolf? And if Adam Wolf was to get pole position, I think this would be his first pole position of the season. And yes, if Wolf was to get pole, this would be his first pole of the season. So Ibobo has, I believe, got a pole position. I was looking at the thing now, and I think he has. Yeah. Has Ibobo got pole position? Yeah, Ibobo got pole position at Montreal. So he has got one pole, but Adam Wolf will be the latest driver to add his name to the pole sitters. And actually out onto the track already comes Maxim Titkov. This will be his last lap. This will be his last lap. There's no way he could get back unless he had a rocket ship, or if he had maybe Sebastian Vettel's scooter from practice today to cut through and yes, the Titkov will be going for his last lap, as will most of the other drivers. Of course, there will be one driver who does not get out for one more lap. And yes, I every time you say that, Joe, I just think of that with the theme song in my head, with the yeah. I just can't get it out of my head. But anyway, Titkov, who's coming around for his final lap. At the moment, no one else on the circuit, but they will all start filtering out of the pits very, very soon for their last and final laps. And Volker actually is the first one to do so, closely followed by Davi Soares. And so, as we're looking, Titkov coming through the last sector of the lap, and will do his last lap of the session. Just 2 minutes and 38 seconds to go exactly. Titkov comes around the final corner, and he will start his last lap of the session. And here we go. So it's become the first corner. Let's see if anyone comes out the pits. And it looks like Titkov has got a clear track, so there's nothing holding him back. And so as he comes down the first straight, heading up towards the very first chicane, there can't be any excuses now for Titkov. He's got nothing affecting him. So heading up towards the first chicane, the Clark curve, brakes hard, down to first gear, through off the apex, and is he on an improvement this lap? And the answer is yes, he is on a slight improvement. So that is a good start. And of course, time though, less than 2 minutes. There's several drivers who need to get out of the pits before the time gets up. So Rico, Adventure, McKenzie, Nella, and Capano are still in the pits. So they need to get out now, otherwise their time's over. But a few of them looks like will probably miss out. And it's now 1:40. So well, I don't know. There's one of them. There's two of them have got out, but I'm not sure if they've got out on time. That could be very close. But Titkov anyway heading up towards the end of the second sector. So for Nilla and Campana, their session is over. And so Titkov heading up towards the sector, and he's actually quite a bit down, actually, nearly half a second down on this lap. So I don't think we're going to see any improvement from Maxim Titkov unless he has a miracle last sector. So as we're looking at Maxim Titkov coming through past the Carlsberg signs, heading up towards the last couple of corners, now heading up towards the very last corner of the circuit. And Titkov, I don't see an improvement coming here, so she comes across the line. And nope, no improvement. Cattelan about to start his lap. And most of the drivers actually have started their laps. Volker at the moment is on a lap and is improving, or is improved in the first sector anyway. So as he comes through, so several drivers starting. Ricky Falkday starting a lap. They might be close on time to see if a couple of them can make it to the line in time, but Volker at the moment up on his lap, and so is he heading towards the end of the second sector. And is Volker going to improve on this time as well? We're about to find out, and the answer is yeah, he's still improving at this moment in time. So the moment a decent lap for Volker, and time is about to end, and time is now officially up. So
there's the checkered flag.
So time is up, and so Volker now coming up towards the final sector, and set to come across the line, and we'll see can Volker improve on his current position. And as he comes across the line, does he improve? And yes, he goes fourth actually, so good lap there from Volker. Nordberg goes 11th, Parrish on an improvement, and he goes 6th. Campana obviously has not made it. Bennett on improvement. Berenik neither not an improvement either.
Shahin, no.
Ibobo, could he take pole position away from Wolf? The answer is no, he can't. Titkov in the pits. Cattelan is not going to improve, it looks like, and he doesn't. Terwick, no. He's got a bit off. Fosbury goes 19th, improves slightly. Oh, right.
Oh. At least the session is over, so it doesn't.
Anderson goes 6th.
Isn't relevant, I think. We're also good for him, because now Guag is a P14.
It's a good job from Anderson. They needed that. McKenzie across the line goes to 17th. Adventure goes to 12th. And yep, I think that's.
Are you checking if he? I think
okay,
yeah,
Adventure
definitely managed it in time.
Yeah, Adventure was there. He made it across the line. That is okay. And
So,
there we go. Session is officially over. So we'll take a look again, once again, at the qualifying results. So Adam Wolf gets his first pole position of the season, narrowly beating Victor Bobo by 91 thousandths of a second, then 2/10 the gap to Gabriel Rico in third, Florian Volker fourth, Thomas Bennett in fifth, Julius Anderson, a key qualifying for him in sixth, Will Parrish seventh, Christoph Baranek eighth, Halil Sahin ninth, and Ricky Fox in 10th. Dennis, read out the rest of the order.
Okie dokie. In P11, we have Maxim Titkov in 12th, Daniel Adventure, Davi Soares will start in 13th, Max Nordberg in 14th, Romain Guag will start the race in 15th, the championship leader. In P16, we have Matteo Cattelan, Jay McKenzie will start 17th, alongside Will Nella in 18th. Jared Fosbury, the Fosbury era, is in P19. Head of Lee and Campana in the final row of the grid. In the final row of the grid, we have Bartus Klaus and Matteo Sturvik.
So yes, that was the full qualifying results of DTM. Of course, make sure you tune in tomorrow at the same time, 7 p.m. for the race at the Old Hockenheim, and we'll see who is going to become.
Wait! I have a fact. I have a funny fact here.
Oh yeah, go on. Yes.
Yeah, Adam Wolf has taken. Get ready to blow your mind. It's his only second OC pole in his whole OC career, and now hold your teeth.
Wow, only second ever.
Yeah, and now here's the funny thing: his first one was in 2017, exactly at this track, at the Old Hockenheim rink.
Wow, it just seems to click for him here. It seems that's actually a very good fact. Cheers for that, Des. Alrighty, and on that bombshell, we will see you once again tomorrow for the latest round, the 11th round. I'll get that right this time. The 11th round at the Old Hockenheim tomorrow at 7 p.m. We will see you guys, from me and Dennis, we will see you guys there.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.